Good morning, my friends. Hey, most people are addicted to two really interesting things that most of us would never even consider as an addiction. Number one, they're addicted to their past. Think about how many of us live in our past. We're addicted to it. We think about it all the time. We give it control and power over our lives. We're always living up the glory days of back then I was so awesome, or the horror days of, oh, that was so terrible, that terrible thing happened to me, and we give it so much power because we're addicted to it. We hold on to justify, to rationalize, to make excuses. And I realize, you guys, we go through a lot of hard things. Like, I've been through a lot of hard stuff, right? My life was hard too. I went through some crazy tough circumstances and some really bad experiences. And many of you have even experienced worse than I did. But we have to stop living in the past and stop being addicted to it. Now, am I saying we just forget about it, that it means nothing, that whatever happened doesn't matter? No, not at all. What I'm saying is, let's turn it into a power source. We leverage it. We use it to propel us forward into success and happiness and getting better, so that every day we're moving forward and getting better instead of living in the past of what was, whether good or bad or neutral. Cut away from that addiction to the past by really focusing in on what can I learn, how can I improve, how can I be better because of what happened. The second thing that people are addicted to is the present moment. So they're addicted to the past and to the present. And this addiction is a problem because we end up giving up what we want most in life for what we want at the moment. Let me say that again. We end up giving up what we want most in life for what we want at the current moment. We're addicted to this present. And what does that look like? Well, we're stuck in our comforts. We're stuck in the things that we want to do instantaneously. We want instant gratification. We want to sit down and watch TV. We want to stay in our comfort zone. We want things to be just as they are, right? Because change is uncomfortable and it's scary. And so a lot of us are terrified of what might happen and what we might fail. It might be different. We might lose a relationship. We might not have as great a relationship, or the things the way they are. And so we end up sacrificing an extraordinary future for a mediocre present. And we get addicted to that. And we get addicted to this little space of what's familiar and what feels certain, which is, it's just a total, it's a facade. It's smoke and mirrors. There's no real certainty, right? But it feels certain because it feels familiar. It feels comfortable. And so we get addicted to that, and it literally prevents us from trying new things, from boldly taking the appropriate risks in order to get the big rewards. And so again, we trade out an extraordinary future for a mediocre present. So my friends, let's break away from the addiction we have to the past and the addiction we have to the present, and let's be brave and courageous. Let's be visionaries. Let's see where we're going and do what we have to do to get there and get it done. Create the life. It is the potential of every single one of us, and I believe that. Every single one of us can transform what we're doing, because it's not about who you are, where you're born, or your circumstances. We all, and again, I've seen all these circumstances, and I ended up in some really difficult circumstances. And at that moment, I was like, my life's ruined, my life's over, because I have no hope because of these circumstances. And I've been all over the world, in the shanty towns of the poorest places. And even there, anyone who learns the practices, and there are common denominator practices that any one of us can practice. Anyone who learns the practices of truly successful, happy people can level up their lives. And so that's all we have to do. Learn the practices, cut off the addiction to our past and to our present comforts and our fear, and just break free into this potential extraordinary life that any one of us can create and live. So let's get out there, let's do it. Like, share this video with people. I get engaged. I tons of resources on my podcast and on my website, and just you guys get in the game, learn, grow, get up early, go after your goals, break away from the past. And if you ever catch your mind going back to the past or going to the comforts and fears and you know the little bubble of the present, catch yourself and go, no, I'm out of here. I'm creating a new life, the life I love, the life I'm excited to get up to every day, because awesome is always an option, my friends. Reach upward.